All right. Starting off a little bit into the laning phase. I did watch it up until this point, but nothing really interesting happened besides Xin Zhao being an ape at level 1 and initiating when he shouldn't have. But alright, so far you've been doing everything perfectly. You don't win the trades early between his fleet footwork and his I think his Q's on a lower cooldown than yours, and in general you just don't win those trades, and especially at level 2 also because he gets the shield. It's just a massive swing in power, so you definitely don't out trade him unless you land everything, which is risky. The main thing that I want to say in terms of trading, especially in this lane with trading, is trades without intent would be really, really bad, right? So you don't want to trade him if you don't have a plan, right? So if your plan is to out sustain him and then all in him, then that's fine. Like you can force trades at that point. But if that's not your plan and you don't realistically see it leading to any kind of kill pressure, then you losing health by trading excessively is just it lowers your resources, increases your risk, and there's no tangible benefit from it. So you're doing right now you're playing this perfectly, but that's why you're playing it perfectly, right? It's because you're you're full health. You're not going out of your way to force things that don't need to be forced for no benefit. So, okay, that's fine. Lost one. I wouldn't have taken that minion. I would have left it there to freeze your minions here. You would have, what would have happened is if you hadn't have pushed that quite so hard, then you could have actually drugged those minions a little bit further back, but it was fine just leaving that one out of tower range. It would have paused your minions here, and then it would have died, and they would have walked up to like here by the time his minions crashed. So you could have still gotten the same CS, and instead the lane would be matched up like right here instead of in the middle, which is what you would want. Ooh, okay. So this is eh. So what I was just saying about you don't really want to trade without intent, it's very risky for you to open with your abilities, right? If he opens with his E and then uses his W, which is also a significant cooldown, and doesn't really get anything out of it, then you can counter trade, and that's a really good thing to do. But going out of your way to use this puts you in like the perfect position to either be ganked, um, even if you did land this on him, then you wouldn't have really gotten anything out of it, right? Like you still don't have significant kill pressure on him. I mean, you know Zed's damage a lot better than I do, but I don't think that you have significant kill pressure on him if he plays it right. He could just have bad mechanics, which we'll see. But I don't know. It's a real risky thing to toss out your yeah, see. So now you don't have your E for the easy escape. I think you can still get out of this as long as he doesn't hit this juicy Q. But yeah, okay. Yeah, so you had to use your flash there. If you hadn't have gone for that trade that you got nothing out of, then you would be up a flash right now, right? And Bard would have just entirely wasted his time on that whole trip. So, yeah, just when you're going for trades and stuff like that, just think about the cost benefit. I think that you're still doing fine though. Yep, good job waiting for that. Oh, 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 oh! Re. Ah. Okay, so he played this very, very poorly. If we back this up a little bit. Okay. Right here, he knows that he can't walk up here. Or he should know that, right? But he's being a dumbass. He should never, with that lane pushed, especially against Zed, there is no reason for him to walk up this far. He has not seen your jungler in any lane. This is a straight up mistake on his part, 100%, and you did a good job capitalizing on it. Right here, you know that he's going to come back to this. So I'm not sure why you're walking up this way other than just to check the vision before proceeding with an all-in. But right here, if you just go back to your clone like this second and kite this way, then you can force him up this direction where your jungler is. And so that would be better. I mean, this just makes it you're still winning this trade, obviously, but I think you could win it a little harder if you go back to your shadow here. Let's see what you do. Yeah, yeah, right. So then that kind of like lets him kite back away this way. You could have trapped him into the kill by going back to your shadow as he was about to go back there and standing like right here and forcing him up this way. Well, it's fine. You're still winning. You won that trade pretty hard, so you're good. You capitalized on his positioning mistake. Okay, that was good. You just hop on his face with the shadow. And yeah, that was good. That was an easy kill. One more auto and you should just be able to walk away here, do a nice little fadeaway. Okay, actually that was a lot more lifesteal than I expected him to have there. Yeah, man, did you see that jump in his health? That was pretty crazy. Thought you were gonna do the full fadeaway. Him staying here is maximum level like troll tier, absolute troll tier. So it this should just be the freest kill on Earth. Okay, okay. I'm not sure I would have. That was a little bit impatient. I mean, it is very unlucky that this Graves is right here, but and you should be able to kill him too. He looks like he's one or two autos or an auto and ability, but I mean, if you just finished pushing this real quick, your minions would have been right there. And if you had ulted from right here instead of over here, then you could go back to your ult and likely just take one turret shot. All you had to do is just ult onto his face, use your E, and then go back to your shadow and walk away, right? Like, I don't think he has any answer to that because he can't land his W on anything for the shield. So, yeah, and even at this point, really, if you had used this here, I think that you would only take this one tower shot. I don't think this one tower shot kills you here. Oh, but the return grenade. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. They're still a bit impatient. I mean, you really just don't want to die, but you did get both of them, which is fine. Going for the old school Akali strat where you just absorb as much gold as possible. All right. We got our boy the fish up here doing some work. Oh, spitting them out right into the minions. Oh, this is juicy. Oh, oh, the clutch shield. Oh no. All right, yeah, that's real spicy. I don't really know what the fish's damage is, but that was real spicy. Okay, so this is wow. Oh, we got a 200 IQ boy here. So you got his ult. That's good. As soon as your ult's up, you can just all in him. Free kill. You know that you have a free kill waiting mid as soon as your ult's up. And let's see. Yeah, it's already halfway back up. He 100% shouldn't have flashed here. You're doing the right thing, just focusing on the minions now. He should have just walked away after that. That was a really good timing for him to gank though. But yeah, he's way overcommitted. And yeah. So right now your aim should be to ping him away. Right now you just want to freeze, right? I mean, unless you really feel like calling for a hard push and telling your bot lane to go to dragon and forcing a dragon, then eh. I mean, there's really no significant reason to do dragon right now because Jinx is level 4, Vayne's level 5, Vayne has teleport, and Jinx's flash is down. Vayne's is about to be up. There's there's really no reason to go for the hard shove force dragon, but let's see what happens. I think it's a better choice to just freeze here. Okay, yeah, and that's what you end up doing. That's good. It looked like you and Xin were gonna push. Nice, denying him the creeps. Mm, I think with this, you're gonna find that it's not worth it to rotate. I think that you're gonna find that whatever's gonna happen down here is gonna happen whether you're there or not. And it's going to be over before you get there, and there's a potential for you to lose some XP here. You have an XP advantage. You want to keep and maintain that because you control this lane right now. So you can zone him, deny him, and giving him this free to catch up is bad. So I hope that you bail on this. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you need to. That's good. So this is terrible. This is horrible for the Graves. Like, absolute throw city. What is he doing? Okay, so, and this is something that I see junglers do all the time. Graves has teammates. I'm assuming they should be almost back to lane. Let me turn off Fog War here. Okay, yeah, so Vayne's leaving. But Bard is right here, right? So he has teammates around. So what he needs to do is he knows that this is easy kill, this is easy kill. This, once Bard comes in, should be a kill also. He should not end up down here. He should end up right here pushing this way, right? So there's a possibility that the red escapes here when they should not. Yeah, like this, terrible. If Bard had come in right on here and walked this way with Graves and Graves had walked this way, what would Red have done? They had no answer for that, right? So, yeah, this is real questionable. This is some ape play. Oh, oh, okay. So look at this. This Jinx, I bet this Jinx does what we always give Emery a hard time for, which he's gotten a lot better about. I bet, and Thomas, when you gank for Thomas and he sees snare chains and just runs away, I bet this Jinx doesn't land an auto while they're running away here, and I bet it makes a difference. Ready? All right. So Jinx could have landed an auto if their reactions were god tier while the hook pulled from here to here. But let's just start the counting here, right? So let's say 1, and then we'll do auto attack counter. 1, 2. 2 autos on Graves. Graves would be dead right now. Especially if she was on minigun, Graves would be dead. And Jinx almost definitely has the Triumph rune, which would give her health back as Graves died. So, yeah, that choice to not land an auto is huge right there. That would have swung that fight. Jinx would have lived then. But anyway. Yep, and then so the Vayne used teleport comes in for the cleanup. Should have a double. If the Vayne was smart and has a ward on cooldown, they should use this here and condemn one of them, kill the one that's not condemned while kiting over here, and then kill the one that they condemn. So I would probably choose to condemn this guy, kill this guy, and then kill the Xin Zhao. But let's see what she does. She probably only gets one. Mmm. Wow, Vayne's bad. Okay, anyway, back to your lane. Yep, Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say, because remember the whole plan was as soon as your ult's back off cooldown, you just all in win. This should be free kills, free kill city. Yep, nice. All right, so think about what you can get off that, right? Like, you knew for the last 60 seconds that as soon as your ult was back up, you were going to ult him and get a free kill on him. I'm curious what your plan was for what you wanted to pressure after you kill him. So let's review your options. Your options are you can push, take plate, recall, come back. You can roam either top or bot, or you can force a play if your other lanes are have priority and are doing well on either drag or herald. So let's see what you choose to do here. And we can also discuss while this keeps playing and is boring what the pros and cons of each of those options are, right? So obviously roaming top would be bad right now. Roaming bot might be okay, but hmm, yeah, nah. See, this is you're full health right now, and you have one okay back right now. I would at least try and get something off of this. Your bot lane just came back with a fresh back. It's level 5 to level 5. Vayne's flash is on cooldown. Jinx's is not. There's not a strong reason to just go back and throw away your lane advantage. I mean, at this point, you could honestly just be up here poking him and just stay in the lane for a little while. But we'll see. I mean, you want to try and turn those kills into some sort of pressure of something, some kind of rotation. Like right now, if you had pushed this lane, that wave that crashed the tower, and then immediately started walking bot, look at where you'd be. Like Xin Zhao's down here, Jinx probably wouldn't be dead, and then you could be taking that. But anyway, we can keep going. So I mean, we know that they just killed Jinx. They're probably looking at forming a dragon play here. You know that he has his ult now, right? Like now, if he's going to do something, it's going to be right now because yours is still on cooldown. He still has his. This is probably the worst time to do a trade because yours is almost back up. Like, and look at the minions. You have no real reason to be up here. If you really need this cannon, you can go for a Q on it. I don't think that this cannon is gonna die. Like this cannon's not gonna die before it pushes to your turret here. There's no reason for you to be up here. Yeah, it's super not worth. Super not worth. Yeah, that was a big throw. Like, look, his cannon's still fine. He's still slow pushing on you. You could have just waited until it crashed here, or just safely farmed with a freeze, and then once your ult was up, which it was almost ult up, you could have just free killed him at that point. So yeah, that was a throw. Him choosing to get this plate is fine. He should have been a little bit worried about Xin Zhao, but honestly, Xin Zhao is kind of an ape, so I probably wouldn't be worried about him either. I'm surprised that no dragon play has been made yet at all. Like, okay, yep, this rotation's fine. You do a good push here. I would maybe greed for the plate just because that's guaranteed 160 gold. Guaranteed. Let's see how far away the what's his name is. He might be almost back. Yeah, no, he's not almost back. Yeah, that's a guaranteed 160 gold, which is basically a kill. I would probably take that, but you're fine. This is a good rotation here. I mean, she's gonna be dead. He's gonna be almost dead. You're really not gonna have any kill pressure on the Vayne, but it could be a good use of your ult to go down there. So this Vayne is saucing on him. Okay. I mean, this is kind of risky. There's a potential that you don't get a lot out of this. Okay. Yeah, so you knew that Vayne was going to go in there because you saw her clearly walking towards him before that. And you know that Bard has little escaping moves. You probably shouldn't have bothered to walk down here. You probably should have walked straight up onto the Vayne's face. It was fine though. So you get the shutdown. That's good. Um, Going for this is I was gonna say if you do go for this, you need to get this plate too. Yep. Okay. I'm sure that you're tracking that he's doing the dragon. Yone, with you doing these roams though, the issue here is that you're not pressuring your advantage on Yone enough. Like I think that him getting that ult into you when you walked up too far and through made you maybe a little bit scared of him. I mean, you're in a position right now where if you had walked into this lane with your ult, instead of him like look at all these plates he's gotten. That's so much gold versus you didn't get this one before you rotated down. This is kills worth of gold that he has gotten to catch up to you now or try to catch up to you now. So like if we look at the gold, I'm curious. I don't even know how to do the freaking gold thing on this. Uh, I don't know how to check gold. How do you check gold on this? I don't know, but I'm sure that his gold isn't terribly far off of yours, even though he's 1, 2, and 1, and you're up in CS and 5 and 2. And the reason for that is these tower plates that you're letting him take for free with your roams. But I mean, you are getting things off of it. You did shut down the Vayne, which could maybe help this terrible Jinx. But I mean, this bot lane, like realistically, right now, if Vayne's ult was up right now, Vayne could just straight up 1v2. 100%. So there should be a free kill. Yep, nice. One thing I will say is that if you're in like Clash or something, dude, this Xin Zhao's so bad. If you're in Clash or something, anytime that you go for a roam, if your jungler is about to take either wolves or chickens, you should just tell them to cover mid before you go for the roam. Unless he was about to run out of the cooldown on this, that was actually a pretty bad use of it. He should have just taken this, which I think they could have done, and then dropped it on this turret right here. He could have started the drop channel right here before, like right as that turret was about to die. That's fine, he should be dead. Yep, nice. Oh, check that out. Bot lane did something. Okay, that's good. So let's see where Jinx is at now. 1, 3, and 1. Still getting sauced on a little bit, but it's okay. You're doing pretty well. See how you push your advantage. So you come up here. This is risky, but okay, yeah, good, good. Man, I really thought that he would do more damage there. I guess because it wasn't, you weren't in the outer circle of the queue. That's what it was. If he got both of you in the outer circle of the queue, that could have been a saucy play for him. Ah, he doesn't have flash. He has ghost. Okay. What is Thresh doing? That's one thing that I've noticed about low elo is that people just don't turret dive as much as they should. Like, or don't expect to be turret dove as much as they should. Like, turret diving is so common in Diamond. I get dove at like level 3 all the time by the jungler. Ugh! That trade was so ugly. Jinx should never take trades like that from Vayne. Okay, so here's something that I really want to emphasize right now. So look at where we're at with the kills and look at the objectives on the map, right? So you are 8-2 and he has your tower and his tower hasn't doesn't even have one plate gone yet. If you have an advantage, you should be like the only reason you shouldn't have their tower is if you have pulled off some sweet roams, which you have had some good roams, but you have to get objectives off of those rooms for it to be better than just straight pushing down their lane. So in the tier order, the very top is roaming, profiting off the roams, and then profiting with the objectives off those roams. This would be Dragon and Herald. But and you guys did get a dragon, I think. But the in between that and the most consistent choice is just pushing and getting plates because the objectives are right here, right? Like this is at the end of the day, this is where you want to be. And right now the other team is ahead on that. And I mean, this is getting kind of low. This is full health. This is full health. And yeah. I mean, you really want to just focus on the objectives. You're running around scooping kills a lot, but you're not really pressuring anything. Let's see if you guys what you guys choose to pressure here. Yep. This is good. I mean, you really can't get anything off of this. You guys should have waited and frozen this wave until this one got there and then pushed with a full wave if you were going to stay and push. Because if you did that and you had a bigger wave coming in, like from right here, then you could threaten the dive on him because of how beefy this fish is. But even then, when you saw the second person, it would have been the same situation. But like, look at that. You just wasted like 10, 15 seconds there doing nothing. So you can either back and reset here, spend some gold and rotate somewhere else, or move on. Like, go take wolves, go push mid, something like that. If you're wasting seconds. Again, you're playing really well. I'm just like going out of my way to try and roast you as much as possible. Okay, all right. Oh, oh, oh! Haha! Oh no, yeah, you still dead here. Oh! Okay. Wow, that's a lower cooldown than I thought it was, honestly. Or you didn't use it when you ulted back there, I don't think. Maybe that's what it was. Nice. Kinda lucky, but nice. If that Vayne had rotated up with the Bard, then that would have just been a catch. Alright, Dragon's coming up. Are you tracking that? So you're a whole item on top of this Yone right now. Again, I mean, you guys aren't pressuring anything. Like think about this situation right now. You guys are strong. You're definitely strong. Your ult's up. You have all three of their towers up still, and they're just starting dragon for free. Like Jack's up here, not pressuring. You're right here, not pressuring. They're down here, not pressuring. Like, if when dragon spawns, you have you can't start pressuring then. Like that's what's happening here. They're starting to pressure. They're like, oh well, if they're gonna do dragon, then we'll just push bot wave. But you have to be like ahead of that, right? You have to be at their turret as it spawns if you're gonna do that. Otherwise, you just have to be at the dragon. So look, I mean they're getting a free dragon when you have your ult up and 2 levels on Yone. This should not happen. And Jack has his ult. That 100% like big throw. Okay, let's take a second and look at this fight. Okay, so we know that we should have been at the dragon, we should have gotten it, and we should have killed the 2 people who were doing it, but that didn't happen. So instead, what's happening is that bot is collapsing on them, and you and Jack are the top of that bread, right? You're the top of that sandwich. So bot should come around this way, maybe one of them around this way, but no, yet just through here is where bot should go. And then you guys are the top of that sandwich. So you don't want to overcommit here too early. So you're trying to make a sandwich right now, but right now you are half of the top of the bread and you are hopping in there way too early with this. I mean, yeah, it's a free kill and everything, but look at where this puts you, right? So look at where this puts you. Vayne's here. These two are here. This is a 3v1 essentially in a half second. Jack is still too far away, and these three are being Dumbos going around this way. They should be going around this way. And because if they were going around this way, they'd be able to stop the Vayne. But I see why you do this, and if these guys weren't monkeys and rotated this way to zone the Vayne as she comes around, then it could work okay, but it's real ballsy and more risk than is necessary, right? So yeah, look, bot instead of being here could be right here, and Thresh could be in hook range of this Vayne for disengage or hooking this guy, but instead they're being idiots. So I mean, this isn't all your fault. It would have been okay if the people you were playing with were good, but this is the kind of stuff that tilts me off the planet. So yeah, I mean, look at how low you are there. That's real sketchy sketch. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. You, as an assassin, you really don't want to initiate that much. I mean, yeah, you guys are still gonna win the fight and everything, and probably push down mid, but the issue is that you could have done that better. And if you want to carry the game, then you have to do it better. Is really what it comes down to. Okay, what are you guys accomplishing right now? Right? Like, what are you accomplishing? Okay. Really, I mean, you guys could dive and burst this guy, no problem. I mean, Jinx has enough damage, you do damage, Thresh can hook him, and you guys can kill Graves before Darius is in range. Like, worst case scenario, Darius gets the apprehend on you, and Jinx drops Chomper, or Thresh uses Flay, or something like that. You guys could burst him, but the Jinx, we've been over this, is very bad. So. I mean, yeah, in high elo you would want to kill that guy, but you made the right choice just disengaging because Jinx was scared. All right, Xin Zhao's actually doing a good thing. I mean, what in the world? I thought that they were disengaging. That you guys were scot free. All you had to do was walk away. That's what Jack did. He did fine. What is bot lane doing? So this is fine. You're not really pressuring anything, but you are collecting resources. You're not letting resources go to waste, which is huge. Like that's one of the biggest issues that I see is people just letting resources go to waste. Pushing here is not a good choice, right? Like you know that they just killed Thresh right here, and they're not pushing mid right now. Like you can see that pretty clearly. So going up here is real ballsy. At least you have your ult up. Nice dodge. Ah. Hmm. Oh. Oh man. Yeah. That was just a shitty position to be in. You were collecting resources, but you weren't in a position to pressure. And so you tried to pressure instead of just collect your resources. Just for clarification, what should be happening right now, you guys are down in gold. You are the only strong one on your whole team right now. And Jack is okay, kind of strong. What should be happening right now is four of you should be trading one of the lanes, probably bot lane, and then you should be splitting top lane. But instead, what's happening is everybody's just kind of running around like chickens with their head cut off. Like there's no objectives up. There's no organized pressure. See how they have organized pressure? That's your whole goal the whole time. I know that that's more of a team thing, and there's not really a lot that you can do about that in solo queue, but you can orchestrate and call rotations as you see them, especially in duo queue. Also, another thing is chaining rotations, right? So when you guys took this mid turret a while ago, and you just kind of walked up here and took half of this one, what you could do instead is rotate bot or rotate top and try and pressure those two. Because when they see you like that, who was it? It was the Graves and Darius that came mid to stop you guys. So you guys drew two, and the other ones were spawning. If you had instead walked up here, those two still would have gone mid to stop that wave, and you guys would have been here and just able to take this for free, basically. Because you still had Jinx, and Jinx still had half health. And you and Thresh were full health. But instead what happened is they came back here. Thresh still died because he didn't finish disengaging, and Jinx just kind of ran around accomplishing nothing at half health for a while. So even calling some kind of rotation, even if it's not amazing, like, hey, let's rotate top after this, is usually better than just doing nothing. Right there, ooh, this is tilting. Right here, look at this situation. You guys get vision of a big Bard portal and a Darius right here when Thresh does this. What is Jinx still doing here? Like, especially right here, Thresh is the saving grace by slowing him down a bit. Jinx's first instinct should be turn and run like this instant, and instead she finishes walking up to here. I bet she dies here. No? Okay. Thresh with the lantern. Okay. But that was real bad positioning. If it was another support that didn't have a lantern there, and if that uh, Darius had a speed buff or anything, she'd been toast. Oh, okay. Yep, this is good. Ooh, good thing Jack's a thick boy. But this is good. You guys are trading. You're pressuring, which is what I've been preaching all game. This is good. Oh, get him, fish man. Get him. Oh, nice. Oh, no, 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 no. You guys should drop back here. Drop back. Yep. You do not want to stay for that. Yeah, yep. I was gonna say dragon's gonna be up soon. First, you take their red buff if it's up. I'm sure that you're gonna check that on the way. Yep. I don't know what that rocket was for, but okay. Nice. Free booty. Nice. Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. So this initially was really good. Where it went wrong is right here. So right here, you want to toss your Q and run up here to this bush and use this to run away. You want to, no matter what, you do not want to get in range of this Darius. Like, this Darius right now is instant death for you. You don't have your ult, you don't have your W, you you don't stay and help this guy. This guy is to his own devices right now. I mean, think about how much you have to offer right now. All you have to offer is you can't auto attack. All you have to offer is a Q on a 5-second cooldown, which is going to do nothing. Yeah. This is a big throw because if instead of dying here, you came up here and just walked around, you could be at dragon waiting in this bush. You could have this warded if you have a ward, and you could just be chilling, getting a nice chill secure dragon. Now you guys probably won't even get dragon. I mean, and Jack, instead of coming in here, if you had gone up here or just stayed out of that, like we saw that you weren't in range of the Darius. So if you had just stayed not in range of the Darius, then and kited back and left Xin Zhao to die, that's still four of you, and their Graves is down, their Vayne is down, and their Bard is almost back up. Like, you guys would have been fine to just take the dragon, and Jack could have ulted in like right here, and then you guys could have it melted before. Like, these two aren't gonna walk in and contest this if there's four of you over here. Now this is a bad choice, right? Like, it was gonna be a good choice. Now it's a bad choice. Okay, nice, 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 nice. Oh, bad, bad. Yeah. Yep. So bad choice. And it could have been a good choice if you and Jack left Xin Zhao to die there. That was another big throw. Okay, everybody's respawning. Look at where they're going right now. You guys have a bot inhib, and the waves are pushing, and there's a super minion right here. Darius is dead. Where are the three of you going right now? What are you thinking? You're not pinging Baron. I bet he just takes his red buff here. Nah. Okay, so hold on. Let me check something. It won't show me. I bet that this scuttle's up right now. If this scuttle's up right now, Xin Zhao should be taking it first. His immediate rotation should be 2 scuttle, and then to golems, and then wolves, and then do a full clear down to Gromp, and then either take bot scuttle when it comes up and just reset. Like, there's no objectives that you guys can really contest right now. You're still absorbing resources, soaking them up. That's good. You have good farm. You're still strong. Okay. So, oh, 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 oh boy. So here's the thing. I know as I play Vayne a lot that of all the AD carries against a Zed, Vayne is the one that I want to play the most. I would probably not use your ult on Vayne. I would probably use your ult on the Graves, actually. So Not only either Graves or the Yone. The reason for Yone is because his ult can totally swing a team fight, and the reason for Graves is because he's probably the freest kill or most guaranteed kill. The Vayne probably needs to be killed by Xin Zhao and Tahm Kench, which we see that that didn't really go well. But yeah, this should be a win. I mean, also another general macro thing right now. Look at what your team's doing. They're just like fighting for the sake of fighting down here, doing a nice little 5v5, not even under a tower for no reason because a bunch of apes in this game. And what are they accomplishing? Like, you already have this inhib. You're not realistically pushing to their nexus right now. You don't have enough pressure or advantage. Like, none of your team should be bot right now at all. And look at this massive fight that just happened down here for no reason. Terrible macro. I mean, your team should be worst case scenario doing a 4-1 split with you top and them right here. And they should wait until you push this wave. Like, until you finish pushing this wave, they should be wrapping up finishing these 3 jungle camps and maybe taking the skedaddler. And then they should be rotating mid after that, after you take this wave. Like, they should be setting up for a 4-1 split right now. But instead, they're being monkeys down here. So this isn't really your fault that that didn't happen, but if you had typed in chat like 30 seconds ago, hey guys, go mid, then you guys could be setting up for a nice clean 4-1 split at their turrets right now. Like, you're doing your side fine. Like, you're doing exactly what you should have been doing. The difference is that they should be 4 right here right now, right? If they were 4 right here right now, this would be a free turret and this would be a free turret because they wouldn't be able to stop you here. Now they have the resources to stop you here. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So a lot of this is resulting from, like, remember how earlier I said that this drag was a good idea if you and Jack had come up around this way and been here, but instead it turned into a bad idea? Okay, well, them pushing mid was a good, correct idea until it wasn't. Okay, this is what Thomas and I argue about all the time because there will be things where I'm like, guys, this is the obvious thing. You guys should be finishing up the jungle camps and rotating mid right now as Reed finishes this wave up here. But instead, something falls apart and it goes from being the correct decision into being the wrong decision. So Thomas hears me talk about the right decision and starts to do the right decision, but it's too late. It's no longer the right decision, right? So, and then that just makes me frustrated. So let's go back to here. Yeah. You have the ability to kill him. So, yeah. Yep. I was going to say just go in and kill him. Nice. Unfortunately, you're not really in a position to take anything off of that. The only thing you can really take off of that is just make sure that you clear all of the waves that are behind your river, which they're all cleared right now. Maybe drop some vision, and then get in a reset before the next objective, which there wasn't enough time for. So you guys are fine. Okay, you guys don't have any vision over here. This is real sketchy. Yeah, okay, there we go. Ooh, 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 that was real bad, Reed. Real bad. Big throw city, and I'm sure that you know it, so I won't really spend too much time talking about it. Your job right here is all that you want out of this situation is to zone. You just want to stand there, look mean, present a threat, and wait for the dragon to be secured. Going in before that dragon is secured is, or even being in a position to be engaged on before the dragon is secured is like right here. You don't want to be any closer to Bard than you are right now. You're at the perfect distance to be able to walk out of his queue. Even though you see Yone down here, you have no vision in this bush, you have no vision behind this rock. You don't want to be any closer, but you walk closer. Not only do you walk closer, but you use your only escape, and Dragon is still alive. It's you don't want to do this, especially because Bard is kind of low benefit. See how Yone has time to come around here. This was another big throw on your part that you directly were in control of. Nobody's focusing Vayne. Okay, finally. I was gonna say Xin Zhao's only use of his jump in these fights should be onto Vayne. That should be the only use of his jump in these fights is finding Vayne, chasing her down, and using it on her. So that that whole fight was totally thrown by Zed going in. Okay, right now they're probably falling back to your red buff. Let's see. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. So you should just count on your at least topside chickens and red buff being gone. So you go bot, which is good. Gromp right here is not a bad decision. Because this wave is still going to be here. But yeah, you can do this wave first and then Gromp, I hope. Are you full build yet? No, you're not quite full build. Pushing another wave here is questionable just because you don't have vision on more than 2 people. Yeah, see Bard's coming down, but he's recalling. I'm curious just for the sake of being curious where everybody else is. Okay, so Vayne's top and Graves is down there. Okay. Yeah. So these want Mia. Safe to assume they're coming for you. It's a good call to back. Especially to get the reset in before Baron. Xin Zhao should not be taking Gromp. That should have been your Gromp before you pushed that wave and backed. Would have been the safest, most consistent decision. You went for the slightly more risky decision. And the reason I say that too, Reed, is because if you take this Gromp and then you are patient with this wave, then you can set up a slow push. So the slow push is now pushing towards your side. Like you don't want that now. So it actually would have been better for you to just take the Gromp, lose some of those minions, and set up a slow push, pushing towards their inhibitor before this Baron play. Alright, so Thresh gets picked. What what are you guys doing? I mean, you and Jack are fine. You're just kind of chilling, hanging out. But your team is big throw city. They need more direction. Yeah, at this point, it's a lost game. Um, the last 3 or 4 fights had massive throws that could have been different. I mean, unless you guys have some kind of miracle team fight at this point. Really, they should have just 4v5'd you under turret right here. You guys should not have lived. They shouldn't be doing Baron right now. This could be a throw for them. This is not a good Baron for them to do. They would have been a lot better off 4v5ing you guys under your turret. Wow, they didn't even have Bard and they still went for the Baron there. That was a terrible decision on their part. You guys should have absolutely collapsed them there. All right, so right now you should be thinking about what you have to prep in order to get this dragon. Ooh, I hope you ult as soon as you come out of this. Yep, yep, yep. And you didn't get anything out of it still though. That was the Xin Zhao's fault. He does not do enough damage to jump on a tanky Bard and try and do anything, especially right before an objective like that. That was like right here. First of all, Jinx is too late. Within 20 seconds of Dragon, you cannot start a back. It doesn't matter if she has 5,000 gold in her inventory. She should have spent it earlier. She cannot back right there. Jack, not sure where you're going. Hopefully towards the Dragon eventually. Yeah, it looks like you are. You're focused on this mid wave. Right now, though, this mid wave is not as important as this Dragon, right? Like, unless they, especially because Jinx just went back. So, unless they are directly pushing this, you guys have 3 choices here. You either give up Dragon, turtle in your base, bad choice. You, a minute ago, decide that you're pushing top as 5 so that you're right here by the time Dragon spawns, pretty good choice. Or you decide to contest this as 5 while this pushes in, and hopefully by the end of the fight for Dragon, it's not done taking that turret. Risky choice, but okay. Or contest this as 4 with Jinx defending. Bad choice, but it's solo queue, what can you do? The worst choice, worse than all of those, is starting a fight 2v who knows how many before these two are even close to the dragon. These two should be close to the dragon right now. Jack, you through here. But this is a terrible choice following up on Xin Zhao. You should be spam pinging him to disengage right here. Yeah, it was a big throw. Yeah, honestly, they can just rotate top and win right now. Like guaranteed, if they all just started walking top and Darius pushed bot, you guys would either get dove top or just lose both of them and stand under this turret. Guaranteed. They shouldn't have gone mid here though. That was a bad choice. But yeah, I mean this is lost at this point. Wow, Jinx. Walking past your auto range much? Ooh, no, no, no. Bad, bad, bad. Big risk. No bueno. Right now, yeah, I was gonna say you guys jumping him here as 5 would probably be the most baity, slightly chance of winning decision ever. But Thresh and Jinx, as they have been this whole game, have been in the totally wrong position. All right, GG.